Welcome to episode 12 of the Let's Go Viral show with Dijon Brooks. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how to invite high profile celebrities to your podcast or talk show. And yes, like you can be like a nobody with like 1,000 followers or whatever. What I'm going to show you like this here is like some insider advice. Holy cow. Like I actually discovered this flow by accident, this method, and nobody is using it. And I know, like you always hear the phrase as far as like, oh, like not too many people are using this method or nobody. Actually, no, like for real, like nobody's using this method. Only like maybe like literally like 10 people. It is crazy. And when I found it out, my inbox is still full of like high profile, like I mean celebrities from everywhere, like business people, some movie actors, especially social media stars, just people with like big names and audiences. Them or their PR agents are in my um, email right now. I got like a lot of their emails saved, and all I gotta do is be like, yeah, like I'm down to have you on the show. So I'm gonna break that down as far as like how I was able to do that and how literally anyone can go and use this exact same flow to invite high profile people, high profile celebrities to your podcast or talk show. So actually watch this episode all the way through. I'll keep it a bit shorter too. I'll just get straight to the point. I'm all about giving value. Um, yeah, make sure you watch it all the way through. And before we get started, I want to say that this episode is sponsored by me. I own TrendWatchers.co, and we pretty much help creators go viral with trends. It pretty much runs on AI. We have over 50 different categories and upload updates daily. And yeah, it's a cool software to use, and you can go use it for free by creating an account with the link down below in the description wherever you're watching, or you can go on Google to your like little menu search engine bar and type in trendwatchers.co, and you should be able to go and create your free account and yeah, just kind of go see what's trending in whatever category you think of. But besides that, yeah, let's hop right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is really the power of podcasts, and there's different things. Like, so you got like your regular podcasts where you can like bring people on, and thanks to COVID and just like the whole pandemic with the whole lockdown and everything, having like a digital podcast or talk show over Zoom is more accepted by society. And if you offer it, like no one's gonna like, yeah, like people know like, oh yeah, like that's like industry practice. So it could be either in person or over Zoom. In person's always ideal, but you got logistics, especially when you got people from different countries or maybe from different states, regions, time zones. So sometimes it's easier to just go and just like do it over like Zoom. And I love Zoom because all you gotta do is just like have like both parties on the Zoom call. Make sure your account's upgraded because Zoom will cap at 45 minutes. I learned that the hard way. Just throwing that out there. And then yeah, make sure you got a stable connection. Hit record, and then you guys are good to go. And that's pretty much it for Zoom. And once you're done, you just stop cloud recording, and then yeah, go check out your MP4. Send it to your editor or do your edits yourself, and then yeah, you're good to go. So, but there's podcasts. You got talk shows like these, kind of where I just got like little topic. I just kind of run my mouth about it for like 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so. You got that, and you got like these radio talk shows. There's different ways to kind of like do it, but really like as far as like the power of podcasts, there's three key things that I really love about podcasts that makes it so valuable and why everyone should look into just like having a podcast or a talk show. And after I go over these 3 points, I'm going to go over how do we go and to get attract these high profile people to where we're able to go and have and reap the benefits of having this podcast. But the first one is networking. And what I mean by networking is just by, like maybe like you guys are talking and you and whoever you're interviewing, and maybe you guys are kind of like in the same line of work. Maybe your services or whatever complement each other, and or maybe like okay, so maybe okay, so like that's like okay, like we're gonna work like within the next week or so. But let's say you're interviewing someone, but you're really good at marketing. 6 months from now, let's say that they need a marketing person for one of their projects, they'll come and hit up you. So you kind of got like that power of networking with podcasts. You're really able to expand your network, and you're really able to really just like expand your reach. And the cool thing about networking with high profile people is that the top is connected. I was helping planning like this one little music festival, and they got one top guy from the industry. And once they kind of got him into the door, he pretty much was able to like refer tons of other high profile people. So it's really crazy. Like as far as like networking with these high profile celebrities or high profile business people or social media stars or whatever, there's power in connecting with like these people, especially one of them. And if you can have like a good relationship, you can like open the doors to like just like so many opportunities and contacts. Not saying you're gonna use them, but like you kind of have that potential. So that's the power of networking that you can achieve through podcasts. The second one is learning, and I'm gonna talk more about this as far as like my story for having like my own little celebrity podcast show. But on these podcasts, it's really cool because you're able to you're the host, and they're kind of like answering the questions you're throwing at them, and you can ask them pretty much like whatever's on your mind, kind of like cherry pick like from like, okay, they did this to become successful. Okay, what was their mindset or their thinking? And you're really able to ask some questions that sometimes you may got to pay like 10K or more as far as like consulting to kind of get the answers for. So that's the second one. You're able to like really learn and really pick their brain, and it's almost like a little like counseling session. It's really cool. All right, the third one is you're able to cross audiences. So like if I'm sharing my story on a podcast, and once that episode is released, I'm gonna go and share it with my email list, my Facebook followers, Instagram followers, post it on all my stories. I'm gonna put it everywhere. So you're able to really just like cross audiences with lots of people. And if we're talking about like high profile like individuals in general, like celebrities, your influencers and everything, they got an audience for sure, and that audience will come over to your platform. And hey, who knows? Maybe you may be the next big thing from that. But those are the three things I really love from podcasts, and how podcasts are really powerful as far as like growing your brand, growing your business, whatever your goal is. It's a great way to really just like expand your empire online. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that segment. Now I'm gonna get more into, okay, so how do we go and get these high profile people? So I'm gonna share with you guys kind of like my story as far as like how I accidentally found this flow, and then I'll just give you guys a framework, and then yeah, we'll just wrap it up from there. Like I said, I'm just gonna just keep this one super short, give lots of value, and yeah, like I'm all about helping you guys get results, changing lives, and yeah, leaving impact. But I wanted to become a writer for Entrepreneur. It was like of summer 2022, and I remember submitting my application to Entrepreneur, and then after I hit submit, I was already visualizing myself already becoming a writer for Entrepreneur. I imagined my articles like hitting the front page, going viral, impacting people and everything. I was already imagining that, and I remember 2 weeks went by, and I haven't heard anything back from Entrepreneur.com. So I did a deep search on my email. And what a deep search is I just went on like the little search menu bar on my phone, hit all inboxes, and then just did like a deep search. I think I did like Entrepreneur.com, and apparently the day after I submitted my application, I got accepted. And when I saw that, I was like, dog, that is so freaking cool. So I started writing articles for Entrepreneur.com from that day. So there's this Forbes contributor. She's on Instagram, and I was following her for quite a bit as far as like inspiration for becoming like a big publication writer. And I noticed that like a lot of her articles will sync with like her podcast guests. And I had a theory. I was like, what if I went and um, so when I was growing my software company, TrendWatchers.co, I needed to get like backlinks and press to kind of build credibility, like for my personal brand, also for the software company as well. So I went to this website called Haro, Help a Reporter Out, and I signed up for their list. And pretty much you got like these outlets, they got like media requests, and then people on that email list, I want to get like media requests like me. they will like send in their pitch, and then yeah, whoever submitted the media pitch, they just kind of cherry pick from there, and then yeah, they get their article written, podcast made, or whatever, you know. So I did that like a lot of my early articles. Now I get them a bit more naturally. But my theory was, okay, what if I went to horror and I submitted a request as a journalist looking for a source and being like, hey, like I'm a writer for Entrepreneur, and I'm looking to write. I was writing in like the creator economy, so I pretty much said like I'm looking to like interview influencers with more than 1 million followers. I literally said that like on any platform, and and then the key selling point that got me to get all these pitches was I said, hey, I'll write an article about you in entrepreneur.com. The podcast will be the interview, and like podcast kind of like two birds one stone situation right there. And when I did that, my inbox filled up, and it was crazy. Like my biggest person I interviewed, I think they had like 50 or like 70 million followers across all platforms. I don't get nervous really. Yeah, I get nervous in the beginning, but then it eases off. But with them, I was shaking the entire time. It was crazy. I was like, I should not be doing this. Like this is freaking crazy. And yeah, you know, like I did about like 10 to 12 of those, and then um, it got to the point to where it was time for these articles to start going like live, and my articles, it takes about like 2 3 weeks for it to go through the entrepreneur.com system through my editors, and my articles were getting rejected, and I was like, shoot, like what's the matter with this? And long story short, entrepreneur.com wouldn't let me write articles about other people, so I kind of gonna break the news to them all and be like, hey, like I felt so bad about it, so that's why I stopped my celebrity podcast. But there's other publications such as like Forbes, maybe like Business Insider and Inc. If you're able to get your own columns where you can kind of write about whatever, you know, like you could definitely take this flow and have yourself like a big like celebrity podcast. It's definitely possible, and the crazy thing is that like nobody is doing this. I mean, nobody. Like actually nobody. Like literally like 5 people, and then that's pretty much it. And that's what I did. That's how I discovered that flow to get high profile celebrities to my podcast, talk show, whatever. Maybe I'll revive it. I just got to go and apply to become a writer for maybe Forbes or whatever platform. I gotta see. I kept getting rejected from those platforms, so I gotta work around that, kind of see what's up with that right there. But as far as like going and getting like high profile celebrities for your podcast, all you really gotta do is become a writer for like a giant publication, um, or one that has like a decent name and brand, and then yeah, just kind of pair it. Be like, hey, in order for me to interview you, I gotta do a podcast interview, and then yeah, that's how you get them. That's the big secret. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for the episode. Like I said, I was literally just gonna tell you guys it, and um, yeah, if you find value in this, make sure you check out all my other episodes. But besides that, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.